Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. Tonight we're going to take a look at a new map from Big Hoss. This just came out yesterday, and it is. I'm going to start by saying this. This one is PC only, so unlike American Outback or some of these other maps that have come out recently, this one is not designed for consoles. So I apologize if you're on the Xbone or the PS4. I'm very sorry. This map is only for PC users. There's a lot of extra scripts and a lot of extra items in here that will not be available on the console. So I don't know if he's going to ever do a console version, but I don't think so. Big Hoss hasn't been doing the console versions because they're a pain, honestly. And this allows you to do some cool stuff. This map, I'm going to start off by telling you right now, I did some touring of this map a little bit earlier. It's absolutely phenomenal. What he's given us here is a great place to play. I would say it's just as well flushed out as any of the maps that came with the game, and it actually has more. It has more things available to you than the original game. Now, the file that you download from his Facebook page, and I'll put the link down in the description where you can get this map, also includes a secondary mod for the Compost Master. So you will have two mods in a zip file. You're going to have to unzip the first file you download, and then copy those two zip files into your mods folder. So here we have our harvesting equipment. We have a nice big stair, 300 horsepower. 6300, and we also have the biggest New Holland harvester with the biggest draper, with the automatic folding draper. So that is the largest equipment that we can get in the game. We just have that right to start with, which is kind of ironic because we don't own any fields. This is the only field that we own. So you're gonna have to do some work, but he's not a lot because he's given us pretty much everything we need to run this farm. Here over on the left we have our first barn. We're gonna take a look at some of the equipment that we have here. We have a tool shed. It's all just for looks. We have a tractor. We have a Dutzfar, huge, the big Dutzfar. I think maybe this is like 310 or 320 horsepower. It's a big one. 340. Okay, it's huge. And we have a smaller tipper over here. And we definitely have some cool posters. The only thing I don't like, and honestly, we have this poster here of a hot chick pumping gas with her, never mind, hanging out below her shirt. And I think that, I got to just say this, I have kids that play this game, and they play with me a lot of times, and unfortunately that kind of stuff, it's not like horrible or anything like that, but I also feel like it's slightly inappropriate and not really necessary. Anyway, we'll move on. But each of you has to make up your mind on that, but I don't particularly like that, but whatever. It's okay. Here we have the pig pen, and same, he's taken these. The nice thing about this is all these elements are right here on the farm, so you don't have to be going around trying to figure out where all this stuff goes. The pig farm is right here. The cow farm is right here. The sheep farm is right here. Everything you need is right here, just like small town USA, and I really appreciate that. Across the road here, we have I'm just gonna go across our huge storage facility. Park your upcoming big bud here. Okay, a couple things. We have a mower set. We have fertilizer, both solid and liquid. And we have this really nice auger wagon plus the Seed Master. So we have a Seed Master in here that is going to allow us to make seeds. I think these all tell you the formulas. If you go up next to it, it's going to tell you need fertilizer, liquid, and you need grain. And you put those in, and then you're going to get seed out. And then you can fill up your seeders with that seed. So this is a way for you to make seed without having to buy seed. I don't know. It probably is cheaper. I don't know that for a fact. And there might be a fertilizer maker on the map. I haven't found that yet. But over here we have our tractor repair facility. So here, just like having the workshop, you can bring your tractors over here, change the tires out. This is something that was not in the last map. He's added so much stuff since Small Town USA. It makes me really want to switch to this map because there's so much more to this map than there was on Small Town USA. But I love Small Town USA as a map, so I don't know. I'm kind of torn here as what to do on my channel, but so you can repair and upgrade your vehicles here and do it without having to pay the shop fee. Also, we have this corn header, so that's real nice. Over here, I have not figured these out. When I drive by with my seeder, it pops open, but I can't fill it with anything. So I was hoping that we could have seed and fertilizer on the farm, but it doesn't look like that's the case, unless maybe there's some way that you fill these up. But I don't see any indicator or anything saying that they're full or not. So while these trigger the fertilizer and cedars, like, hey, we can fill up here. There's nothing to fill them up with. So, maybe that's coming in this future script. I don't know, but it doesn't work right now. Okay, so we're going to run around to the back. And out here we have a cleaning station with not one, but 2 cleaners. We actually have 2 high-pressure washers. These are the nice ones, like the heavy-duty built-in ones, and we obviously have this little cleaning area where the water is collected. And the other thing, too, that we have... Sorry, I bounced my mouse there. The other thing that we have behind this shed is a fueling area. He has some info here. He says left side for filling tanks. That would be over here. Right side for fueling. So you're going to bring gas in and put it into these tanks here, and then it's going to come out here. R will fuel the equipment. Equipment will auto shut off and restart. Interesting. Okay. The red light is on when empty, the green light when full, and flashing when the tank has some fuel in it. So you can fill all of these tanks up. I don't know how many it'll take. Let's see. It doesn't give us an indicator of how many gallons it'll take. But right now these are all empty. You can see the red light's on all of them. But you can bring fuel here from the gas station using a tanker and then fill this up. I would imagine you probably need a pretty big tanker truck to do that. Maybe you'll lease one or something and bring it in. Or you could use the little one that they give you in the game and just keep driving back and forth till this is all full. But they've given you a fueling station. It doesn't give you any gas. You have to go get it yourself. But that's still pretty cool. It's more realistic, I think. Obviously you have to have it brought in. So let's go ahead and head up top here. I'm going to check out the other 2 animal pens. You have the sheep pen I'm driving by. It's on my right there. So let's go ahead and pop up here and take a look. There's the sheep pen. Off-roading for you. Here's a well. If you want to pay for water, it's right there. And I think that this is the closest spot. We'll have to look. I haven't really looked around to see about water. That's the one thing I didn't do. I forgot to look for water. But and then we have this facility. This is the same one that is on the Small Town USA map, but they've improved the look. He's changed it from white to like more of a gray look, and that really is how they look. This looks pretty cool. All the smoke. Drying the grain out, keeping it dry. Here we have the cow facility, same as all the in-game stuff. Nothing new here. But we do have 2 new mixers. And these are really cool looking. They're not the goofy ones that we had in the last Small Town USA map. These are...
They're mixing mixers.
This is one that... That's right, Seth. This is one that makes pig food. So you need to add sugar beets or potatoes, corn or soybean, and barley or wheat, just like in Small Town USA. Look at that, though. Look at the detail. This is really cool. Look at that machine. It's like huge. This one doesn't tell us, though. Is there a box? Sometimes they have a box that tells us. There it is. We have a computer screen. This tells us that we need cereal, protein, and earth fruits, and the output is pig forage. All right. So when you get your pig forage, you can then conveniently store it in. Let's see here. Where is it? I can't see what the big. There we go. There's a silo. Here it is. Back over here is a silo. And you can store your pig food and your TMR, the cow food, there. So if we look here, this is the cow food. Right here we have straw, silage, grass, and hay. And so you don't even need a baler because you can just use your loading wagon. He gave us a nice big loading wagon. Do we see that? Yeah, it's over there. You see off in the distance there. The largest loading wagon that you can get, I think. And that's right there. And then you just load straw, silage, or grass. You don't even have to make hay. You can just load grass into here, and it'll eat it up and turn it into cow food. So we can make TMR there. You still need to feed the cows some grass, though, so make sure you give them the extra. Here we have part of the cow thing. We can actually get milk into a tanker. It will still do at midnight. I think you're probably going to have to get the stop milk mod if you want this to work properly. Otherwise, it's going to sell the milk every night at midnight. But you can use a tanker truck if you want to sell it during the day and back in here and get the milk and then take it to the milk cell facility. And there's some cool stuff there I'm going to show you. Last but not least, we have this. I think... Yeah, we're going to put chaff or grass in here. So this is actually our silage bunker. Very different. Instead of using a bunker and putting it on the ground and having to smash it and cover it and all that stuff, this does all of that in one step. So you just put your grass or your chaff in here, and it makes silage. You fill it up all the way, and it's going to make silage. And then you come over here and get your silage out. They do this in real life. This is an actual silo also. We call them both silos, the one on the ground and this. This is a much easier way to do it, I think. But and it makes it so you don't have to have any wrappers, any bale wrappers. You don't have to have the bucket loader to load the. So that's cool. I'm really excited about that. That will make life a little bit easier. My gosh, this map is so advanced. It's got so much cool stuff in it. Okay, so that is it for the farm. We're going to run into town next and take a look. We're going to take a look at some of the other cool features about this map. I'm trying to think. We got all the equipment. Yeah, there we go. That's the big loading wagon over here. Oh, and we also have this Vultura parked up here, which is nice. We got another tractor. So we have 3 tractors on the farm. All of them are pretty large. The Vultura is probably the smallest of the 3, but it's still a big tractor. So I'm going to run to town. I will catch up with you in just a second. I did want to share this with you. When you go out, it says the farm. Here is the farm. Oh, look, here's our water. That's what we were talking about. So right here, we have a place, it looks like, where we can get water from the beach. Let's see. Is this real water? I'm a little nervous about there. No. Okay. Yeah, you can get water from there. Well, I might as well just stick with you. We're almost into town. Here's the farm right behind us, and we're heading into town. I'm driving with my keyboard. Usually I drive with my steering wheel, but being lazy today. Okay, across the pond here we have... What is this? This isn't marked as anything. No, it's just there for looks. The weird thing is, it looks like you're going into town, but you're not. You're actually on this expressway goes underneath town, so we have to get out there and go back up. Big Hoss has expanded his inventory at this sale to include all of the brands. I guess my second complaint about this map is, and this is just a really petty complaint, that we're not using American farm equipment. We've got Dutzfar, we've got Steyr, we've got hence Deutz, I'm sorry. My pronunciations are a little off all the time. Here's the turn into the city. We have Deutz, we have Steyr, we have Vultura, and JCB and some other tractor brands that we just don't have. We do have them in America, but you don't ever see them. So that makes it a little bit un-American. I would have preferred if he would have just gone like all Case or all New Holland, but it's all right. American Heartland. How American is that name, too? Well, let's talk about that. Outback, the American Outback, I really didn't... That bothered me that they called it the Outback, because we don't call our desert the Outback. That's what you call desert in Australia. Here in America, we just call it the desert, or we call it Out West. Tractor Supply. Some cool names. You got Lowe's, Walmart. Sorry, I was just showing you the different... Well, there's a McDonald's. Yeah, it's really cool. Farm Bureau Bank. That's a real place, So we're going to park here for a second. But he came up with this Heartland map. How American is that? I go to... My church that I go to is Heartland Community Church. So that's just an American thing. Everything's Heartland. All right, so Heartland would be for the pronunciation. Looks like we can get some manure from this, it looks like, maybe, or fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. Here we have the farmer's market. You can sell your eggs, but you can also sell other things. This is considered a sell point. So I think you can bring palletized items here. Now, look, this is one of the things that we're going to go into later. You make pallets on this map and bring fruit and veggies, and I'll show you that. We'll get to that. But this is the sell point for the farmer's market where you can sell your vegetables and fruit. And I will show you that in a little bit. But this all ties together. The cool thing about this map, one of the things I really like, it has all these different tie-ins, and one thing ties to another. So you're going to have to work hard, and there's going to be a lot of different things you have to do to get these sales, but you're going to get them. Here you can dump milk. You can either sell the milk directly, right there, or you can put the milk into the factory, and it's going to make dairy goods. And then on the other end of that, I don't see a pallet area for this, but you have you're going to get pallets of cheese and milk, like cartons of milk, and that you can sell. And I think probably at the market or some of these other places you can sell them. It'll show us in here. If we look at the new fruit types, we'll slide to this right here. So you can see here the warehouse buys all these vegetables, all these vegetable pallets. Does the greenhouse buy them? Doesn't look like it. Well, maybe the warehouse is the greenhouse. But look at all these pallets and look at the prices on there. We get some good... You can make some fruits and veggies and get some serious money. Cheese is worth a lot of money. You sell that at pallet sale, wherever. Let's see where that is on the map. Um, okay, we are next to it. This is pallet sale right here. Okay, so, right, pallet sale, pallet sale. I'm trying to understand this. This says pallet sale, but maybe they just, you know what? Maybe they just go out and sell like this. I see a little like sell point right here, so maybe they come out here and then you get the money for them. So it makes it, and then it goes, it comes down here and it sells, and you make money. Interesting, but that's funky that that's how they do it. But you can do it that way. You have to wait longer, but you get more money because that's worth more than just the milk by itself, I believe. Let's see what the milk is. Does it tell us? Nope. Nope. Milk prices, I don't remember where they show us that. There's got to be a place to show milk. Hold on. Pallet sale, old mill manure, hill grain, grain elevator. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. You know, I don't know. That's interesting. I thought there was a milk sale price in the game. I don't remember where it is. Anyway, because it just does it automatically. So here is the milk sale. So these are the sell points. I think they just come out. Maybe you can even pick them up if it's taking too long. You can pick them up and set them over here. I don't know. I haven't done that before, but that is an option that's available to us. It doesn't look like you have to have pallets for this one, so that's cool. Some of them require that you bring pallets. This is considered the warehouse, by the way. So this is where you would sell the pallets of veggies, but we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so we're going to run around a little bit more. Let's see what else we have here. I'm going to look at the map and see where we need to go next. Camco Earth Fruits. Camco Earth Fruits is where you're going to sell sugar beets and potatoes. That's up at the top there, just above us. So let's go take a look at the Compost Master. That's probably the next big thing. There is a biogas plant, and it does just that. It sells biogas. Oh, and also I want to tell you, Big Hoss's equipment, we should probably visit that too before we leave town. Big Hoss has some surprises for us at the equipment store. And you'll need to know where this is because I believe this is where your stuff resets to. But also when you buy stuff, this is where you go to buy and sell equipment. All right, so we have the equipment sales place, and look, we've got another tipper and a cultivator in there just for you. So I wanted to share that with you. Don't miss those, but they're sitting there at the shop. Little addendum in there. Looks like we can get all these different brands here. New Holland case. None of the brands that are actually on the map, though. That's the like I said. I don't know why he chose that. Obviously, there's going to be some forestry on this map, and we'll go into that too towards the end. Oh, dude, right away here. And let's go ahead and head up this street. I wanted to see what this was up here. This is just a lot of cool stuff, you know. I mean, it's like now this map does feel like Colorado with the mountains. You know, definitely it has that Gold Crest feel. Unfortunately, with these maps, they all have that Gold Crest feel. Okay, that's right. This is the this is where you buy cows. So this is your cow shop. They also sell John Deere stuff, but this is the cow sell place. All right, I'm gonna head over to the compost sales point. I'll see you guys in just a minute. All right, we are approaching the compost maker. Why do we need compost? I don't remember. Oh, okay, so you'll need to add diesel fuel, which is just fuel. And you're going to also need to add either grass, hay, or straw. You throw it into here, and it's going to make compost. I don't know if this works or not. I had problems with it in FS15. They probably have it fixed, but there's compost right there. Goes up into here and stores it, and then it gets full up. Then you can come back over on this back side here, which is kind of hard to access, and fill up with compost. What do you do with the compost? Well, I'll show you that in just a minute. Just earmark that in your brain that we're going to see more to do with compost here towards the end of the video because there's a whole system that he has going here, and this is what I'm talking about. This map is all one system leading to another, and he's provided us, as long as the mods work, with everything that we need. Okay, also there's a biogas facility. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. We've all seen the biogas facility. It's over down there to the left. It's the same as any other biogas facility. It's just a biogas facility. There's a huge barn down there, though. I'm not sure what that is, but I don't think that has anything to do with us. Here's a sell point up here. There's a gas station down there. There's like a town down there. Let's go take a look. I didn't go down there, but we're going to take a look at this first. Here we have an interesting thing. If you have corn, if you're growing corn, you can turn it into gasoline. We have a biofuel refinery. And it makes a couple products. You dump corn in here, and you get out the other end fuel, digestate, and forage. I'm not sure forage if it's the same thing as total mixed ration. I think it is. But we have this. That's really cool. So we can dump corn into here and get gasoline for our fuel tanks. So there you go. There's another key to another puzzle. We have one side gives us, we have a bunch of gas storage. And here's a place where you can make the gas that goes in the storage. I'm going to do a little cheat here. We're going to take a leap off a cliff and land on somebody's chickens. Actually, these look like my chickens. Whoa. Can we land on our wheels? That's the question. Yes, we can. Here is somebody's farmhouse. I just want to see what this was. So we have the BGA facility over there. Yeah, whatever. Oh, there's just stuff here. This map is incredible. Oh, okay. So this is a nothing. Just cool. But over here, so you can use that later on in the game when you need more. We have a fuel cell facility right here. So the gas that you, make, missed it, can be sold here, I believe. Let's take a look. Yep. So you can bring that gas that you made up at the biofuel plant. Not only can you use it for yourself, but you can also sell it. I think we're going to need a tanker truck because we're going to need, with a couple tankers, move milk around, move gas around. We don't want to put them both in the same container. It's a little deadly. Diesel fuel. Oh, you can buy diesel here, huh? Interesting. So maybe this is where you get... No, something. Oh, no, you put diesel in here. What is this? Soybean. Oh, we can... Slow soy milk. We are not active. Hours of business, 0 to noon. Outgoing goods. Oh, incoming goods. So you can... Oh, that's so funny. So you have hours that you can actually do this, it looks like. If you add soybeans, water, and diesel fuel, you can get soy milk. Where do you sell that? This just gets more and more convoluted. Where is soy milk? I don't see soy milk on the list here. They have cotton. That's cool. Don't know. Don't know. Well, that's a tricky question. I don't know where you would sell that, but obviously somewhere must take it, so maybe not, though. Once in a while you find dependencies like that don't work. Maybe Big Hoss will comment on the video and tell us where to sell. Big Hoss, where do we sell the soy? Where does that go? The soy milk. Here's the wool sales point and some gas. You can get gas here, it looks like. And, I'm trying not to miss anything. There's so much on this map, though. It's kind of easy to miss some stuff. One of the things that we need to take a look at here, and I might have missed the turn off, is that... Yeah, I did. We have to go back. I'm the world's best backwards driver. All right. Down here somewhere. Where's the road? It's back over here? Gotta find... There it is. Okay. There's a road that leads to greenhouses. There's also water right here. Look at this. What does this say? This says log sale. Oh, okay. But we should be able to get water from there, too, for sneaky. And you're going to need water because we have this back here. Oh, there's a sawmill up there. Ooh, what is this? We have a sell point, too. I didn't see this before. Okay, it's just a sell. Valley what? Grain, okay. This is a new greenhouse setup. Check this out. So you have to supply pallets, and you have to supply pallets and pallets and pallets. And here we add water, and some of these all require compost. You add water and compost, and each of these produces a different fruit. So over here we have tomatoes. And the tomatoes will appear here. You add some pallets, and you got to add some compost and water, and you're going to get pallets of tomatoes. And over here, you have a greenhouse that does, what is this? This looks like cabbage or romaine lettuce, and that'll come out over here. Here we have, what do we got? This is great. strawberries. And those will come out on pallets over there. You're definitely going to need a forklift of some kind. Maybe one of those Kramers would be good down here. And this tells you what we got. Each one has its own computer. It tells you got strawberries. Yep. Hi, John. What's going on, kid? I love you.
When is Saturday?
Saturday is in 2 days. Where's the thing on this one?
So then that means
Raspberries. Okay. I guess those do look like raspberries.
Is when Micah's being my toy.
Yeah, Micah's going to give you a toy on Saturday. I'm going to get it from him. I'm going to go up and visit Micah. And then what do we got here? Cauliflower. Yeah, well, I know, but you can't go with me because we're going a long way away, and we're going to be gone for hours. And lettuce. Awesome. So you have all those different vegetables, and then you can just add water and compost and pallets and get them. And that's one of this. That's like I said. This map has a bunch of stuff that just ties into each other. It's really cool. I think that's neat, and you're going to be really busy even with the equipment you have. You don't really have to have a bunch of fields, but you can make money. Like that. The compost route will get you a lot of money. So last but not least, we're going to jump over because we keep talking about this sawmill. And I'm not really sure how all of this operates. There's a sawmill here. It has this box, and it looks like something might come out here. But when I come up here, there's no trigger. So I don't know if this is just a dead facility, but it's got a number board. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to, once again, Big Hoss, I don't know if there's directions out there you can direct us to with a link, but it looks like something goes here. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, automatic fill HS, manual charging. I don't know what that means. It looks like you have to put fuel here and maybe logs here, and it's going to give us some kind of product. Maybe this is where they make the pallets. I don't know. But we'll jump in the JCB and take a look. But there is some forestry, but they've given us a forestry tractor to use, and then also some other equipment up here, and we'll take a look at that. This is the other sawmill. You can sell wood. It says this is the wood sell point right there. We have a wood chipper if we need it. Gave us the big one, which is great. I think this is where the pallets will come out. This is where you dump stuff. They gave us a conveyor and also what do you call that thing? We have a full conveyor set up, and we also have the the logging, the stump grinder. So we have all the things that we need to do, except for a chainsaw. We probably need that, but let's see. We're going to hop up here, and this tells us we need to add logs and fuel, input products, and the lumber we're going to get lumber, boards, pallet, and hack schnitzel. I think hack schnitzel probably is wood chips. So out of adding logs and fuel, we're going to get lumber, boards, and pallets, and then maybe we take the boards over to the other place, and that will give us something else. I don't know. I don't know. I've never done these before. So, but this is here, and it obviously makes some kind of products. You're going to have to make pallets. So I will figure that out sometime. Maybe I'll put a tutorial up about it. But this is really cool. So he's given us, Big Hoss has given us a great new map. There's a ton of fields if you want to do just plain old farming, but he's given us the ability to get in a lot deeper and make some really cool stuff, and use this to do that, and use that to do this, and kind of work your way around and make fuel, and make pallets, and make vegetables, and actually make it a little bit more like a real working farm. And so he did a great job integrating all these mods into a map that's very functional and really well done. So Big Hoss, great job once again. I think this map is going to be just amazing. I'm excited to try it out. I might make this my personal farm for a little while and just get used to it. But one thing I am going to do, I'm going to switch it all over probably to case equipment, or with the New Holland Harvester. But I want to kind of have more homogeneous United States equipment. So have a great day, guys. Be sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the farm. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Have a great night. Bye.